Today we've got another lesson in triads, so a sort of a basic sort of look at three triad shapes and playing melody and moving in between these triads and chords. I got quite a few questions off my cage videos from people saying, okay, now I know the shapes, what do I do with them? So this video is going to go into that in one spot, what we can do with these triad shapes, and I'm going to refer to a Guthrie Trapp again as an example. So let's run this video and then I'm going to break it down slowly what he's doing.
Playing this, you can hear the chords.
Alright, so we're in the key of D. So we've got a 1, 4 and 5. We're going to be working in one area with a 1, 4, 5. So that's D, and our 4 chord is G, and our 5 chord is A. And our D, we're going to be coming out of this C shape, but we're going to be using the D, G and B strings triad. So we've got first finger on the G string. So first of all, we've got our ring finger, on the 4th fret of the D, which is our major third, and then our first finger is going to be on the G string 2nd fret, and that's our 5th, and then our middle finger is going to be on the B string 3rd fret, and that's our root. So that triad is from this chord shape. And for our G chord, we're going to be using, you can think of your E form bar chord for G, and we're going to be using the top 3 strings. So if we break that down, we're going to have major third on the 4th fret of the G string. First finger is going to bar the 3rd fret on the B and the high E. So we've got 3rd, 5th, root. So that's D, G. And then our A chord, we're just going to, if you can think of just your regular A chord in the open position, but it's our triad, we're going to be barring the D, G and B string. So that's our 5th, and then root and 3rd. And that's the melody, and that's the lesson that Guthrie does. Obviously I'm going to go into it a lot slower than GT does. So we start off, one thing you want to think of as well, we're in the key of D. So this is our D chord, our big bar chord, it's a C shape. We want to be thinking of the major scale in that position. And this is how I like to teach the major scale. I teach the chord shapes and then the scale around that chord. So in this position, the major scale, the D major scale, and a good exercise is to do the arpeggio and then the major scale. That's a great exercise to get this major scale under your fingers and the arpeggio. Let's do it one more time. So you've really got to know that, because them are the notes we're going to use to link together these triad shapes to make a melody. So let's watch GT again one more time and then we'll break it down slowly.
Playing this, you can hear the chords.
Right, so straight away we're going to be playing the D chord. So it's going to be this shape on the D, G and B strings. We're going to slide into this 4th fret. I'm just going to play right down that triad. So we're going to go 3rd, 5th, root, 3rd, and then he's going to come up to the 5th on the 5th fret of the high E. And then we want the G chord, so we're going to come into, so when we get this 5th fret, this leads us into that G, so that's like the first phrase. I would get that under your fingers to begin with. And then the next phrase, we're going to come back down that G triad, and that's going to be our next phrase. So back down the triad. Then when we get to the root on the high E, we're going to just drop back a note. Remember, this is in our major scale. And then we're going to reach over with our pinky and grab the 5th fret of the B string. Remember, that's in the major scale, so you've got to picture these scale tones as well, because then we're going to move us around and give us some melody in between these chord shapes. And then the next phrase, we're going to come up the scale. So when we've done this with our pinky on the B string on the 5th fret, we're going to just then go 3rd fret and 2nd fret B string. Then we're going to reach over to the 4th fret G string, and then finish with our first finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, and that's our A note. So that's outlined the A chord. And then after that phrase, we're going to come back up to the top of the scale. I'm going to go 5, 3, 2, 5, 3 all together. And then we're going to finish it off. We're going to reach over with our pinky on the 5th fret of the D, and then that's going to walk us back into the major 3rd of this D triad where we started. And then we've finished the lick. Let's watch Guthrie play it.
Playing this. You can hear the chords.
Okay, really slowly. So it's really important that you see, for one, the triads. So that's just a 1, 4, 5 with the triads, D, and then G, coming out of this shape, back to D, which is from this C shape, then A, and back to D. And it's good to learn, if you're learning the major scale and all these triad shapes, like I said, go to my caged series just to get the shapes down. Then you can start learning a 1, 4, 5 just in one spot, and then learn the major scale around it. I'm going to go into more detail with this in my series. This is the sort of stuff I'm going to get to. I just thought I'd do an example video and show it in context of Guthrie teaching this stuff as well. Practice it slowly. I'll put the tabs at the end of this video, so if you want to work from the tabs as well, that's great, but you've got to be able to see these other elements, you know, in order to sort of get this stuff in your mind and under your fingers. Again, the scale and the cut of the triads. This is the sort of thing you want to be practicing when you've got the chord, the triad shapes down, and you're moving them around in a 1, 4, 5 sort of fashion, and then you can learn the scale and the arpeggio for the D major, and then you can start linking it all together. Because remember, in this scale, all the notes that are in this G chord and the A chord, they're all in that scale. All the chord tones for them chords are in that scale. keep adding to this. I'll keep doing it in the key of D, and I'll do another lesson and we'll move up the neck, and we'll do it in all 5 positions. If you do it in one position at a time, then you're mapping out the major scale all over the neck. All right, any questions, stick it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.